What is good, y'all? Welcome back to the Report. Welcome back to a brand new video. In this video, we're going to be talking about how the Miami Heat might have found their backup center of not just right now, but of the future as well. So make sure you guys drop a like, subscribe if you guys are new, comment down below. We are on the road to 3K as always. You guys have been showing crazy love over these past few videos, and I really do appreciate it. So make sure you guys keep pumping those likes in, comments, turn on post notifications, everything like that. And yeah, let's get right into it. So the Miami Heat are coming off a nice win against the Toronto Raptors tonight. It was a good game. You know, we hadn't really had a game in about 3-4 days now. You know, the in-season tournament was going on, so we hadn't played in a while, and it was really cool to see Heat basketball back. It was on the road against Toronto, and Toronto's a good team. Like, they obviously their record is not the best, but like, they are a very competitive team. They have a lot of talent on that roster, and you know, at times we looked really dominant. At times we kind of let them back in the game, but you know, we closed it out at the end. And you gotta love the effort from the group at the end. You know, a couple of guys I want to especially shout out. I feel like Caleb Martin was very electric in the first half. He had a crazy first half, especially second half. He was okay, but the first half was really when he was, carrying this team basically. And then Duncan Robinson in the second half was extremely valuable for this team, especially closing out the game down the stretch. And his in-between game and his, ability to put the ball on the floor is just growing every single day, and it's just really cool to see the evolution of his game, man. He never used to do this when he was, on this team before, and this season he's just putting the ball on the floor a lot more, and he's having a lot of success with that, creating his own shot. So those two in particular, but the guy we're going to be basing this video on is Orlando Robinson. Now, Orlando Robinson is a kid that I love from Fresno State, man. He was an absolute stud for Fresno State, and this season in particular, a lot of people had high hopes, including me. Before we signed Thomas Bryant, I think people were looking at Orlando Robinson to be that backup center for this team. And Orlando Robinson in Summer League was averaging crazy, numbers. Like, I don't know exactly what numbers he was putting up, but it was some ridiculous type numbers. I remember he had like a 36-15 game once against Boston. Like, he was going crazy, and I think he was first team all Summer League or something like that. Like, he was a dominant force in Summer League, and as soon as that happened, I was like, okay, yeah, maybe there's something to watch out for. Then we signed Thomas Bryant, and then Kevin Love got sent to the bench, so he didn't really get the minutes. With Bam healthy, and then you still have Love and Bryant on the bench, he kind of became option 4 to go to. But he's been better than arguably Love, and he's for sure been better than Thomas Bryant in the minutes he's been playing, which is why tonight he got the start. Thomas Bryant wasn't even playing. He didn't even take his warm-up off once. And then K-Love was okay, and K-Love has been fine, but I'm just very intrigued with this kid's game because he plays with all heart and energy. And the biggest thing for a backup center to a very elite center in this NBA, the biggest thing you want from that player is to make sure that the team doesn't drop off, whenever that star center is off the floor. Now, tonight, Orlando Robinson had a plus-minus of 27. And I think that was like second to Duncan Robinson, that plus-minus mark. It was extremely high, which means, like, when he was on the floor, this team was a net positive of 27 points, and that's crazy. Obviously, plus-minus is a little bit of a misleading stat because, like, whenever players are getting hot, like, sometimes you can have the plus-minus statistic be in your favor if you're on the court with that player, but we didn't really have anybody going crazy. I mean, Caleb was going crazy in the first half, but he only had 24 points at the end of the game. So throughout the game, whenever Orlando Robinson played, even like with the eye test, we went up like 22-8, and then he got subbed out, and then Caleb came in. And I'm not saying like it's because of Caleb that the offense was stagnant or whatever. Like, they came back and they eventually ended up taking the lead in the second quarter. So you can just see with him on the floor, He's not like the most polished scorer around the rim because he's not like the most athletic. He's not like a high flyer. He's a lot of finesse and touch. I really do like his ability to shoot the three. I feel like that's a really valuable trait that we haven't really had in a lot of backup centers on this team. Like Dedmon had it, but Dedmon was, terrible defensively. I like how Orlando competes defensively. And on the glass, he's very, very tenacious. And rebounding is one of the biggest issues, and has been one of the biggest issues of this team for years now. It's been the size, it's been the boards. Now, Orlando Robinson's not a 7-footer, so he's not like a naturally tall center, but he's going to play with heart and energy, and that's what you kind of need from a backup center in this league. Honestly, I don't really think it should really be up for a debate as to who the backup center is. I think it should be Orlando, but I do see why Spoke and Co will go with Kevin Love mainly at times because of the experience and because of, his leadership and stuff like that. But I feel like Kevin Love at center is going to be a very, very big liability defensively, and Orlando Robinson is not. And that's the difference. And same thing with Thomas Bryant. Thomas Bryant is a good offensive player, but defensively he just cannot stop anything. And Orlando Robinson is, I'm not saying he's a stopper, but he's definitely a lot more competent and a lot more serviceable on that end than Love and Bryant. And then offensively, you're getting the shooting. He's shooting very good from three this season. And then I feel like he has nice touch around the rim, and he's a beast on the boards. This could be another one of these finds for the Heat, man. And again, a kid that, out of Fresno State was undrafted. A lot of people expected him to be drafted in that class, but he wasn't. The Heat picked him up. They saw something in him, and they've been molding and developing him in their program ever since, and he looked really good tonight. And I do want to see his minutes increase. I want to see him be the backup center of this team going forward. And listen, he could be really good. He could be really bad. Like maybe this is just like a bad game or like a fluke game, or I don't know. But he's averaging good numbers. Like throughout the season, he's averaging 8, 5, and 2, shooting 58%. Like, those are good numbers. And his three-point percentage, I think, is over. It might be over 40% for sure. I think it might be in the 50s. So yeah, Orlando Robinson is playing well, man. He's playing well. He's playing really well. Yeah, like before tonight, he was shooting 100% from three. So not even 50. Like he had made, he had taken I think 6 threes, and he had made all 6 of them. Or 4 threes, and he made all 4 of them. Tonight he made 2 out of 3. So he can definitely step out, shoot the 3. I absolutely love his effort on the boards, and yeah, man, I just like his game. I just like his game a lot. I feel like he can be a very, very serviceable player for this team going forward. And I feel like the backup center position is something that doesn't really get talked about too much because it's not like some flashy position like, oh, backup center, like what's so great about that? But it's very important to this team because of how important Bam Adebayo in general is to this team. So whenever he's not on the floor, whenever he's hurt, you need a serviceable replacement because of how much Bam does for this team. Nobody's going to be able to just replace everything he does, but you need somebody who's going to hold it down. And we haven't had that in quite a long time. And hopefully Orlando Robinson can be that guy because I think he has what it takes. But I think he just needs the opportunity. So, yeah, it's basically, the end of this video. Orlando Robinson is a very, very good player, a good prospect, up-and-coming project for this Heat team to work with and mold into a very good serviceable center. I would like to see him as a backup moving forward, but I understand if Spo wants to persist with Kevin Love's experience. I get it. But sooner than later, I feel like this kid's going to deserve a real shot when everyone's healthy, not just when, Bam's injured. So hopefully it works out for him. Hopefully it works out for us. And yeah, we're going to wrap it up here. Make sure you guys drop a like, subscribe, and comment down below. Let me know what other video ideas you guys want me to do, man. We're kind of just in the period of the season where games are going on, and I've just been doing a lot of videos regarding news and rumors and stuff like that. But if you guys want me to do any other type of videos, leave that down in the comment section below. I read every comment, so I'll definitely know. But yeah, we're gonna wrap it up here. I'll see you later as always, man. Have a nice day. Peace.